Dale Carnegie once said, "Most of the important things in the world have been accomplished by people who have kept on trying when there seems to be no hope at all." The other day, I had a conversation with a guest, and we were talking about an episode that's coming live in the next several weeks about what you should do when you're dealing with a past prospect, someone you are working with, but the deal didn't go through. When do you re-engage with that person? Do you even go back? When is enough enough? Do you just give up and say it's done? Well, on today's episode, we're talking to a guy who did not give up. He kept on trying. He worked at a deal for for 10 years. And today he's going to tell us why he did that, what he did, and the crazy, unbelievable outcome that came from it. You're going to love this episode. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another great episode of the Sales Evangelist Podcast. I'm your host, Donald Kelly, the Sales Evangelist. And I'm so excited for another great episode. I'm so excited to be here with you today. And on this episode, we're going to do something a little bit different. I have a friend coming on a podcast. This is going to be one of those shows that we've done in the past where it's kind of like a story, but there's a little bit of narration going in between. So it's like a little storytelling narrative that you're going to hear. Nelson is going to share one of his experiences with us that can help motivate and inspire us. Because no matter who you are, no matter what you sell, no matter where you sell it, no matter what country or what continent you live on, we all need motivation every once in a while. And over the next several episodes, you're going to get a chance to hear that. You're going to get a chance to learn and understand and pick up on some insights that can help inspire you as you're moving forward in 2021. Today, you're going to hear the story of a gentleman named Nelson, and it's all about not giving up, knowing when to keep pushing and how you can pursue your dreams and to go after those deals and to make things happen. It's kind of like those Rudy stories, right? He's going to teach us patience, and he's going to teach us how we can all take advantage of climbing the customer ladder. Now, this may be a term you have not heard before, but Nelson's going to explain what he means by that, and you're going to hear how he was able to apply it and the results that he saw. For the past 25 years, Nelson has worked for a large company in the medical space. 10 of those years, Nelson worked on the technical team. Got a chance to learn the processes, why things happen, and to see the light in the customer's eyes once they got those equipments installed. But Nelson decided he wanted to try something else. He wanted to try the other side of the aisle. He wanted to try sales. And like any other job, sales has its own unique differences, its own challenges, and unpredictable circumstances. Now, as we start, you'll get a chance to meet Nelson. He resides in Portugal with his amazing family, and you'll hear in his voice his passion and his excitement and his love for this art form that we all engage in every single day, the art of selling.
Donald, I'm Nelson Leitao. I'm a sales representative. I'm married. I have 3 children. I work for healthcare business. I like to do mountain biking, and I really love my job for 2 particular reasons. First of all, because I like to be in touch with people. And for me, climbing customer ladder is really a very nice thing to do. And then because in the healthcare sector, we're working with the most valuable thing for one person, it's the health. And I'm really interested on improving the patient's experience. So this is really, really important for me.
I told you, right? This guy is passionate for what he does. But I didn't quite get it at the very beginning, why he was so passionate. But after he told me this story about this little girl, it made me realize that he found his why. He had a deeper reason. And for each of us as sellers, it's something that we need to foster, something that we need to find, something that we need to have. Otherwise, it becomes a boring job.
I sell imaging devices. And on my first sale, I was really, really anxious to see the first images because we're talking about very nice clinical images with all the details inside the body. And well, everybody was enthusiastic to see those images. And then I went there. So it was a system, a device doing molecular imaging. We're talking about an oncology department. And then I enter in the control room, and I saw very, very, very nice images. And then I look inside, and it was a children. Could be my daughter. Very beautiful. She was diagnostic with a cancer.
Oh.
She was apparently okay that time, but we know what's happening later. So we're not dealing with only with good devices, with technology. No, we're dealing with people, and this is really important. So the thing we are doing here in this business is important for people. So that's why I like it so much.
Now imagine if every seller in the world had that type of a passion, had that type of mission. I mean, for real, think about it. Some of the products I sold it because it made good money. I didn't necessarily believe 100% in it, at least not right away. But after I got that vision, amazing things started happening for me as well. Now, in addition to the individual having a passion, it's critical that the company also has a vision for where they want to go and a passion that they live by or a why. Nelson shares with me the passion that his company has and how he resonates so much with that passion and the vision, and how these values help him in his efforts as
One
he
of the
goes out
things
to
I
sell.
share with my company is the vision. There are seven main topics in our vision,
Mhm.
and the first one is exactly a day without a passion about healthcare is a lost day.
A
And this
day
should be
without
in our
passion in
DNA.
healthcare is a lost
We
day.
are not.
I mean, think about that. Imagine if your organization had that belief. Let's say a day without passion for CRMs is a lost day. A day without passion for IT is a lost day. A day without passion for sales enablement or training is a lost day. I mean, if we had that kind of belief permeating throughout our whole organization, imagine what kind of magic could happen in your company. Now, this is not to say that your organization would be perfect, nor is it saying that you would be perfect. We all make mistakes, and this story is about Nelson making a mistake, but it's about what happened as a result of that. Well, let me go ahead and have him start telling you what did happen.
Okay. So first of all, let me tell you that this is a experience about learning with mistakes. Because yes, because there were three similar projects 10 years ago. So I worked for my company for 25 years, but I started on sales 15 years ago. So it was one of my biggest projects, and there were three similar projects in three different customers, and all the competitors had more or less the same situation, the same solution. So we offer for all of them the same solution. So for the customer A, I presented my solution. For customer B, my solution. So the solutions were really similar. But as a result, I won one project, another company won another project, and the third company won the third project. So imagine how can for a same apparently same need, how can this be possible? Three with the same solution, one and lose the others. And I learned that I made a huge mistake because I thought that well, the solution I want in the first project will be perfect for the other two. Wrong. Why? Because I was focused on my solution and not on customer needs. Because there were three different customers, three different processes, three different needs. And this was my first mistake. So I should have forgot about my solution, and I should be focused on customer needs.
Yeah.
So I lost two of them, because I didn't listen.
You heard that right. I mean, how many of us have been in that situation where we found this amazing solution or what we think is a great solution for one customer and we just wanted to replicate it? It defies the platinum rule, which states that treat others the way that they would like to be treated, not the way that we would like to be treated. The way that I would like to be treated may not necessarily be the way that Desan or Rael or even Shannon would like to be treated. Focus on the individual and treat them the way that they would like to be treated. But how many times we've made the same mistake? We know something isn't right, but we still yet go about doing the same exact thing. We try to sneak it. We try to do it the cheap, easy way. In fact, Nelson and his company has something in their vision that
Sorry
ties
about that.
directly to this.
There's another vision in our company. It's number 3. We listen more than we talk. And my mistake on 10 years ago was I talked too much and I didn't listen.
How did you feel though when you did you have these deals forecasted to close like in your to help your quota, help your pipeline? But how did you feel when all of a sudden you got the call or the message that they're not going to go through, they're going to go with the other vendor?
Well, it was really a surprise. It was not on the same month, so it was on different months.
Yeah.
But it was a surprise because if you win the first one, and if you are competing for similar solutions for the other ones, you get we get with power. You're going to win the other two. So it was a surprise.
Yeah.
So I was convinced that everything was done wrong, wrong. So I should have learned more and listened more to question and focus on customer needs. So that's what I try to change for some years after, because I think we should measure our success not only on one project, but on the life cycle of this relation with customers. So as soon as I finished the other 3 projects 10 years ago, I started the renovation for now. So normally the life cycle for this system is more or less 10 years.
Yeah.
So, and right now they are changing again the technology. So I had to do something. So 10 years ago, I started with a huge challenge. First of all, to keep our customer. It was very important to keep the customer. And second, try to conquer the other 2.
When we get back from the break, Nelson is going to tell us what did he do over the course of that 10 years. And as a result of what he did, what was the outcome of this? You're listening to the Sales Evangelist podcast, and I'm your host, Donald Kelly, the Sales Evangelist. So now Nelson finds himself in an interesting predicament. He lost 2 deals. He did manage to win one of them, but he's not satisfied. He realized his mistakes and he wanted to make things right. But Nelson said he started to do something. It's a strategy that I mentioned at the top of the episode. He started to climb the customer ladder. Listen to what he defines as climbing the customer ladder and how he started going after these 2 opportunities that slipped through the crack.
The best example is also the marriage. If you want to develop a good relation with your partner, there's ups and downs. You need to know better your wife. You need to conquer every day, but sometimes you have problems and you go down 2 or 3 steps, but then you offer some flowers and go 3 steps. So climbing customer ladder is to improve our relationship with customer. Everybody talk about to have a partnership with the customers. Well, that's climbing the customer ladder, because sometimes they have different needs, and this is dynamic, and we need also to win trust. So climbing this customer ladder is climbing on that trust.
And that's exactly what Nelson decided to do. He lost one and he wanted to get the other 2. He was going to do everything in his power to climb that customer ladder, to build that trust, and to win them back?
This was the challenge. And how can you do this? First of all, with patience. You need to have a lot of patience. You need to be present.
Yeah.
They need to feel your presence every day. Um, they need to feel that if they have a problem, you are there to help you, even if you don't have the answer, because sometimes we don't know everything.
No.
We don't know everything. We are not Superman, so sometimes we don't have an answer. But if you are committed on helping the customer, and and uh, if you open doors to the customers, you can be a good help, and that's how you start to creating trust with among the customers. And I start to do exactly the same with our customer and with the other two.
Hold on. Go back and listen to that. Did you catch it? He was taking care of his customer, but he was taking care of the other two prospects as if they were his customers. Forward thinking. In my mind, though, I'm thinking, well, is that a waste of time? Are you going to spend so much time taking care of this deal that didn't work out and waste tons of time that you could have been focusing on other deals, other potential customers who may be ready for you right now? Here's what he said in response to me.
A lot of times, a lot of times.
Yeah.
It's really risky to do that, but you need to have one special motivation, and my motivation was they are key opinion leaders. I will win something with them. I will have more experience. I will learn their processes. I will understand their needs. For sure, the investment I'm doing with those customers will bring me success in the future, even with other customers, not with those ones. So, if they are key opinion leaders, if they are really important, I think you should go for it. That's what I did. That's what I
Yeah.
did, and I treat them like they were my customers. Well, we're talking about big hospitals. This is we're talking in specific departments. One hospital can have a solution from one competitor, but in other department there are our solution, another solution from us. So we can always try to use the time to visit other departments to go and visit those competitors' customers.
Nelson continued to share how he thought outside the box.
Yes, of course. Sometimes you need to look outside of the box, and they need to do that because we are in the healthcare sector. Most of the companies think are focused on technology, on clinical solutions,
Yeah.
but there's more. There's more, and they have more needs. They need, of course, the technology, the devices, but they need to improve their workflow. And sometimes some consultants on how to improve the workflow, it's important. It's to do different than the others. So sometimes looking for for instance, for the architecture of the clinic, sometimes stuff like this can improve the workflow. And then another thing very important, because we are, I live in a poor country, in Portugal, so there's the money is not too much. So we need to think also in the financial part, and to have different financial approaches for the customer is also important, because maybe they cannot have one amount of money to spend in one shot, but maybe if we can help them to pay in a different way, that they can go for it. So thinking out of the box, be creative. It's very important to be creative and and to show something different from the others. To be different. So that's what I try to do. And if you do things different, they look at you in a different way also.
Yeah.
So that's what I try to do, and I try, and not only with those customers, with all the customers, think always in their needs and out of the box. So I try exactly to 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 show how can we our solution improve specific problems they were facing. It's difficult to go on details, but I can show you that we help them to resolve problems that they didn't knew they have.
I hope you listened to that last part. He helped them solve problems that they didn't know that they had. This is a critical piece. I mean, if you're thinking outside the box, you're trying to be creative. As a seller, can you do that? If you can do this for your customers, think about how much more business you can do if you could do this for your prospects. Think like Nelson. Now, Nelson decided to do this, and one of the crazy part of this is, again, this is a 10-year process. These clients would buy an expensive solution, more than likely use it for 10 years, technology begins to change, and then they want to look for a new vendor. Nelson went in for the long game. And what happened?
Well, and as you know, so the final result was 3 mil for us 10 years after. So we made it to renovate with our customer, and the solution for the other two was also for us. And the deal is not finished, because today I'm starting to work on the next innovation in 10 years.
But just like a true Nelson form, Nelson isn't resting in his laurels. He is looking for the next 10 years. How can I make sure I keep these customers happy? And how can I make sure that I'm looking to the next innovation and to help them to consider us at that point? Nelson is more than a seller. He is a consultant. He is a trusted advisor to these clients. They care for him and he cares for them.
So that's the way we do. So we need to think immediately on next steps. Right now, my concern is, well, let's help our customers to bring out of the solution the best they can, and this is important. So starting right now, I'm starting for the next step. It's in 10 years. Probably I will be in good shape in 10 years to again for this project. Hopefully.
Listen, that was an amazing story by Nelson, and there's so many great points and so many great principles that you can take from this. One, a deal isn't done yet. When you lose those opportunities or seem like something is totally lost, remember there's still always an opportunity out there. You just may have to wait 10 years for it. Two, don't talk so much. Sometimes we need to listen. Recognize the platinum rule. Treat the clients the way that they would like to be treated. No two clients are alike, even if you have the same exact solution that you're offering to them. Recognize ways that you can tweak it. Nobody wants to be a cookie cutter. They want to feel that you personalize things to them. And look at what Nelson did over the scope of that 10 years. He did just that. He was their trusted ally, even though they weren't buying from him yet. He was there for them as a consultant, understood their needs, and solved problems for them that they didn't even realize were problems. If you want to be able to be one of those top performing sellers in 2021, practice these things, take them and apply them. I hope you got inspired by this message as much as I did. But before we go, I asked Nelson just one more thought about his customers. When are they ever satisfied? Can you ever get a break?
Well, they are never happy. My customers are never happy, and that's good. And that's good, because that's the way I'm always awake, because we can never sleep. Because we are climbing customer ladder. Sometimes we are close to the bottom, but we can never forget that our competitors are just behind us. Yeah. And if we sleep, they well. Yes, exactly. So I like to feel like my customers, they are never happy, and I'm never happy. So otherwise I will lose my focus.
The customers are never happy. Otherwise, he might lose his focus. Now, if you want to get connected with Nelson, you can go ahead and email him, Nelson nelson.leitao@semenhealthinears.com. We have the link in our show notes, and if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, you can go ahead and swipe up on a cover art and send Nelson an email. Tell him job well done. If you're watching this on TSC TV on YouTube, simply go ahead and scroll down to the comments and you'll see the information there. Or should I say listening to this episode on TSC TV. We appreciate you. Thank you so much to our friends over at Siemens. Thank you so much, Nelson. And as always, we want you to succeed. We share stuff like this because we want you to thrive. We want you to find more of those ideal customers. We want you to know what to say when you reach out to them. We want you to be able to close more deals. We want you to take advantage of some of these opportunities that our sponsors are giving you. We want you to be able to see more success. Most importantly, we want you to go out each and every single day and do big things. Hey, thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video today. If you enjoyed the content, I ask you to go ahead and hit that like button, that thumbs up at the bottom right-hand corner. Also, to make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. This way, we'll keep you up to date with all the latest sales strategies, latest tools, and things that are going to help you to not only find more prospects, but to close more deals. Thanks so much.